Good morning, dear colleagues. I welcome you at this forum, the first large-scale innovations forum here in Moscow, Russia. We've had forums in the past, and we decided to combine the various platforms we've had before into one strong innovations platform. And we're happy to see our guests, our partners here, all those who are willing to work together with us, and we appreciate you accepting our invitations. I would not want to take too much of your time with my opening remarks because I am looking forward to listening to the people who know the answers to the questions. I don't know most of the answers. I have more questions than answers, and I would like to ask questions here. I would like to know why, as it was said right now, it's good to find a way to connect people with ideas with people who have the money. And maybe we're here because the government has money too. Money that can be connected to ideas. Maybe it's because the government has ownership to ideas, intellectual property accumulated over the 70 years of Soviet power, and at least not all of that has been lost. And maybe we should tell you about what this government is going to do. I will very quickly share with you our key ideas and thoughts. To begin with, the topic under discussion, every day, every second, is coming under the test of time. And the events today on the American continent, the acts of God, the natural calamities, demonstrate how small the world is, and that everything we create with our hands is subjected to sometimes accidental or not so accidental acts and can be destroyed. And this worries most people. How do we do it to make this world a safer place? This depends on the factors that were listed on the screen, or maybe it depends on other things. That's a big question. I voted for number 6. Unfortunately, the column of saying over number 6 was lacking. It showed just zeros. I was probably the only one who voted for that. Maybe it's the government that has become this invisible hand that nobody perceives or sees at all, and maybe the buttons we press have no importance at all. But still, I believe that was more important than anything else listed above. Health and safety of the people. There's nothing that matters more. I don't know of anything more important. Of course, it all depends on the factors listed under numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. No doubt about that, but still, my choice was different. Over the last 3 days, I have seen quite a few, well, more than a dozen innovative presentations, innovative ideas from small groups, including those implemented and startups that are only just about to start on the way to their goals. And the fact that we have many such ideas in Russia, even though some teams are international, demonstrates that the recent years were not spent in vain. Many people believe, many people are convinced that their work, their talents and capabilities can be used, can be in demand in real life. And this is not mere words. There is a room for activities to create new services, new technologies to be used both in Russia and in the world. And I cannot but state and announce today that we have achieved the key result. That is, we've ensured the full-fledged process for the transfer of ideas into technologies and technologies into real life. Success stories are not numerous for the time being, unfortunately, but we do have some, and that is already a success. We believe that based on that, we can build a lot and we can start making the next steps. What's the role of the government in this process? Like I already mentioned, factor number one is money. That is uh, an important incentive to move forward. We've set up institutes to provide co-financing of new ideas, new technologies. A number of these institutes is operating and generating specific results. Some have just started out. We are establishing new institutes, including this new institute, which is analog to the U-American DARPA Institute. Whether it's going to be effective in Russia, time will show, but we believe that connecting the demand for safety, security, military technologies, and civil technologies is a promising area of work, and we intend to move in this direction. And considering the size of the military budget that we have, we don't want this money to be spent for military uses alone. We want to have a palpable result for the society at large. The same is true to energy-related technologies, of technologies in the area of healthcare, biotechnologies. We need to use the growing budgets that we have available to create new products, promote new services, ideas, new materials and technologies, enabling us to achieve results. Another institute that the government should take care of is competition. And while in the past we could have been complacent, waiting, relying on what was created in the past, today, as Russia has acceded to the WTO and our people are feeling growing competition on the part of international producers of products and services, we cannot stay without moving forward. The government should protect us from foreign competition. We have to do that, and we will do it. Factor number three is risk mitigation. Risks can be different. Risks can be those that are in the hands of the government, corruption risks that stop us from moving forward, as well as risks that we're unaware of, associated with technologies that will be discussed here today. Implementation of new disruptive and destructive technologies and breakthrough technologies that the society is not really aware of. And we need to help the society to answer the question of whether we're ready to adopt these technologies. Do we know enough about the full consequences of implementation of one technology or another, be it new medical drugs, new energy sources, nuclear technologies, transport technologies, information technologies? These risks are considerable, and the government has, in each case, has to find the thin line between the implementation of technology and protecting the society from potentially hazardous and negative effects. We need institutes to achieve that. We need a constant dialogue, communication between the society and companies and the government is supposed to incentivize this kind of dialogue. Not so long ago, and this may be far from real life, some of us play chess, and the computer defeated a human being. And now the human being is not believed to be the most powerful in this complicated, difficult game that requires very complicated uh, computations and calculations. So, are we talking about a new stage in the development of humanity where artificial intelligence begins to exceed human beings in some areas? Are we ready to accept that? I'm not so sure. This is a stage where we are already, and therefore we should not be thinking about whether we are willing to accept it, but we need to adapt ourselves to a new reality and try to use the advantages of new technologies in all areas, make it in such a way that it's not us who uh, subordinates to the artificial intelligence, but the artificial intelligence should be subordinated to humans. We must create new technologies. We have the money, the institutes, and the political will. We are prepared to work with all of those who share our views.